Hey everyone, welcome back. Jeff here. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So like I said today, we're going to get back to building out some things, get some items done. Now I did go ahead and do some stuff just so I could get some better screenshots. I wanted to build some gear, like I wanted to build the archer's gear, and I built the alchemist gear just so I could again get good screenshots. So in order to build the archer gear, we had to go ahead and build the crafting station that she has in her inventory. So if we press E to go to the craft menu here, so we went ahead and built the drying rack. It takes wood, logs, and string. I just set it over here for now. In order to craft on this, you're going to need a bunch of salt, which is why she gives us the salt mine location. So it's 3 salt, 1 animal fur per dried fur, and you're going to need a lot of that to make the armor that she has. When you do that, she's actually going to, or that's actually going to lock a lot of recipes like the backpack. So we can actually craft a backpack now if we have enough leather. So we need to go ahead and get some more making. Let's go ahead and grab some animal fur from here. I should have some more stacks of that somewhere. Figure out where I put it. We're getting so much stuff I can't keep up with where it's all at. I did go ahead and build the other storage crates, or safe, I think is what it's called, the storage safe. It has 1 extra slot of rows at the bottom, so it helps out a lot. Let's see. Okay, so we have a stack right here, and I think I'm not sure where we crafted exactly. Let's see if she makes it for us. So right here, the small backpack. So that's plus 8 slots to our inventory. We need torn cloth, dried fur, and string. So we'll just use all the fur we have, and then we need to go. I need to go show you guys where the salt mine is at and how to get salt. You just have to mine it. It's pretty easy once you figure out where you need to go. Let's grab. I guess we'll grab 2 stacks of it for now. And we already have 35 hides on here, so let's just add 16 plus the 100 salt. And it's queued up 32, so 32 dry fur is going to come out of that. We do have a ton of quests on these guys. I'm trying to hold off on activating those just yet because I feel like it's going to put a ton of markers on the map. So let's talk to the farmer for a second. So we can build a seabed for her using metal scraps, wood logs, and farm soil. Farm soil will get times 10 of that for every 7 dirt and 3 bone meal that we have. So that means we need to make the grinding wheel on the alchemist first. She can supply us with energy from popcorn, dexterity from vegetable puree. That lasts for 35 minutes, so you can get a lot of boosts and stat boosts from this. In order to get that, you need to find other materials and different recipes, or not the recipes themselves, but just different ingredients like tomatoes, strawberries, and again, we'll go over that in a minute. So one of our quests, if you remember right, was to lay down another base. I went ahead and did that at the far side of the map. So here's the ancient vault of the farmer, and I went ahead and put a base right here for one of these flames. And the reason I did that is because that's actually where you can find clay, a different type of wood called hardwood, and you can find a bunch of the vegetables and things growing there, like strawberries, there's turnips, I forget, like 2 or 3 medicinal plants. So we need to talk to the alchemist, it looks like, and go ahead and make his crafting station. So his production blaze, I guess is what they call it in this game, so his grinding stone. For that, we're going to need flintstone and stone. We went over flintstone already. It's that colorful looking rock you can find on the ground and sides of mountains. So with those materials, let's go ahead and make that now. We'll just craft one of those. So you need to go ahead and craft everything that you can, and then make 1 item of each thing that you're able to have a recipe for. That will unlock a ton of recipes. So let's go ahead and press Alt, we'll press 1, and we can just set the grinding wheel here for now. Like I said, we're going to clean the base up and make it look nice later on. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what all materials and items we can get. So again, we'll open this up. You can go to Browse Recipes. Here we can make bone meal out of bones. So it looks like it's 2 bone meal every minute for 1 bone. Do I have any bones on me right now? So we're going to get that to working a couple of bone meals for us because we need bone meal. I needed a few pieces of bone meal for something. Hopefully that's enough. So under here, we can make metal sheets. Look at the other recipes. We can make charcoal and metal sheets. And let's check this kiln. We have 3 recipes here. We can make charcoal, wood acid. I need to make some wood acid, so let's go ahead and select that. It's going to make some of that. And we already have tar, and we've already made charcoal, so those anything related to that we should be able to unlock. If I remember right, the blacksmith I think has an extra workbench now, so let's talk to him. So we have the charcoal kiln and we have the forge. He has a smelter used by a smith to melt. Sorry, that sentence doesn't make sense. Used by a smith to melt and alloy metals, or maybe it does make sense. I do know there's more advanced metals that we can find in the game, so we'll get to those when we find them or when it's time. But right now, to make this, we need fired brick and a crucible. How do we make a crucible? I don't think we can make a crucible yet. So I guess we need to finish. Oh no, here it is at the bottom. So to make a crucible, we're going to need sand. I actually haven't found sand yet. We do have dirt, and I did find lumps of clay, so I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for anything that looks like sand. And then let's talk to this guy and see if we can make his crafting stuff yet. So he needs a kiln. That's going to take a lump of clay, stone, metal scraps, and twigs. Let's go ahead and get all that together. That's over those items. We're going to make his kiln and see what that's going to allow us to craft. And we'll place that over here by the grinding wheel for now. Again, remember, you can pick all this up and move it, so it's no big deal. So on here, we can make a fired brick using lump of clay and wood logs. Let me see, we do have some clay left on us. It's going to put 40 clay over there. It's going to take 1 clay, 1 log per fired brick. So that's crafting now. I was hoping to get the backpack before we headed out, but it looks like it's going to take a little bit longer. We have 5 pieces of dried fur. That's how many we need. So for the small backpack, I'm assuming there's going to be more since this is just a small one. And usually when you get items like this, like when you make your first bed, it unlocks the second tier of bed. So that's why I said you need to make one of each thing at some point. So we need torn cloth and 4 pieces of dried. So we can actually make this. Let's get the 5 string and the torn cloth that we need. Grab some fur off the drying rack. Then we'll talk to her and let her craft the backpack for us. Open our inventory. We should just be able to right click and equip that. Now we have the extra row of slots. So that should help us when we're looting and carrying things back and forth. Okay, and we also have enough shroud cores and stuff now because you can make those on the alchemist. We can go ahead and upgrade this too. So let's grab our shroud cores. Let's see, I think we needed what, sparks, flames, something like that. Go back to commune with the flame, click on upgrade altar, so the flame 2 out of 2, shroud core 5 out of 5. It's going to upgrade us to 120 by 120 by 120, upgrade the altar. Next, it's going to want 10 shroud cores and the flame level 2 out of 3. Store all that back. And while I was waiting around, like I said, I've been experimenting a little bit, so I went ahead and built a new door, again, to take a better screenshot, so this door looks really, really nice compared to the other one. And again, I'm not crafting heavily, I'm just experimenting and checking everything out. I'm not sure if you've noticed that I also built some secret doors, and they're right here. Like I said, this game's crafting is going to be insane as far as designing your buildings. Oh wait, wait, why did I pick that up? I didn't want to pick that up. Let's put that back in place. So that's how you place the door, and then we'll just open that. And then we can come down here, and I've been tunneling down just to see how far down we can go and how deep we can get. So we're like 7 or 8 staircases down, and we're still going. It takes a lot, but I do that while I'm waiting on my videos to render. So let's repair our equipment, and I'll show you guys where to get salt so you can get your fur and stuff made up. Let's go ahead and press M for map. And if you remember, she unlocked the location of the Urgerton salt mines. So we're going to go ahead and fast move to the ancient spire, and then we'll glide as far as we can to get over there. It is in the shrouded area. So once you've reached the spire, if you don't know which way to go, just go ahead and mark it. Set a waypoint, and then you should see it on your compass. Make sure you have some stamina built up and you're ready to go. And we still haven't cleared that area right in front of me that looks like an old church or something. It's right above the salt mines for the most part, so we can aim for that. It's actually right before we get, or it's before you get to the salt mines if you're walking. See if we can just land on top of this mountain and walk around. See, it looks like there's a bunch of farming fields and stuff here too. So we need to search this town at some point. Looks like there's going to be a lot of loot in it. Now remember, when you go to the salt mines, it's going to be a little bit rough because it takes a minute to get in and out of there. So try to find your good evac route. Let's go ahead and jump in. We're just going to glide down into the shroud. There are a lot of enemies down here, so be ready to fight. And there's quite a few chests and a bunch of loot. I haven't touched any of the notebooks that I saw down here. So right here is a good spot if you need to get up and out of the shroud for a second. It's, I think, the closest spot I found so far, so you'll grapple up here. You have to come over here and climb on top of this. And once you get to the top of that, you can see that your shroud time resets. And again, I haven't looted anything here, so that we can go back down here and grab this notebook. Oop, nope, we're going to fall down. So if you touch these mud walls, you will slide down them. So let's go ahead and grab this. I haven't read this yet, so pause the game if you'd like to read it. New location charted, 1 marker added. New lore page, the shroud, elixir, and elixir wheel, the buzz in the walls. It looks like there's a question mark that just popped up here again, the buzz in the walls. I think it's because there's a nest of those beetles over there. So from that area, we're going to head into here. We're now in the salt mines. So you can see we have some archers, several beetles. And while you're over here, make sure you pay attention to where all the timers are at. They do respawn when you reload the game. So like right here we have a timer, we also have a chest we can grab. There's another chest right here. Again, lots and lots of enemies, so be ready, like I said. And I had, again, I haven't fully explored this area. I just know where some of the salt's at. So there's another timer right below us, a place to climb up. Another note we can grab here. My faculty, sharp as ever. Then we have a silver chest. Let's go and loot this. Another forest longbow, some more random loot. And then what you see right here, this is salt. So just get your pickaxe out and hit that. It'll give you some salt. And it doesn't take long. You can get a couple of stacks in no time. There's also some in some of the tunnels. I think this cave here too is the one that it's wanting the quest at for the buzz. And you can see salt lining the walls in here, and we're inside the critter nest. Let me get the torch out. So there are a lot of critters inside of here. Pay attention to where you're walking because it sounds like we're on mud, so it could be slick. We might not be able to get out. And you can see all the nests where the critters are going to spawn from. We have 2 chests right here in front of us. The mace and a bandage. Tons of stuff we can break to get some more loot. Yeah, besides that, I'm not seeing anything else inside of here. It looks like just more salt. So that's where you can find salt, guys, and we'll have to explore this area thoroughly at some point. Seems like there's a lot of stuff down here. Let's go ahead and grab us an hourglass so we can make it back out of here safely. Because you can't fast travel while inside of here. Let's take a look over here. I haven't been over here yet, so I don't know what's on this side. If we hit our map, it looks like it just circles back to the other side, in the other area. There are some ruins right here. And so we don't have a lot of time, so we need to just be quick and just peruse everything. I'm not going to actually loot anything right here because we don't need it. We'll just take the bodies. And I don't see anything that looks important, so I guess we can make our way back around and try to find another hourglass or head back up to that grapple point. So we can restore some time right here. Let's grab that. And again, there's tons and tons of mines in areas that there can be all kinds of stuff hidden in. And it's going to take a while to be able to explore it all. See, this looks like a dead end. Yeah, just looks like there's just more salt in here that we can mine up. See, then we have a bridge we can jump across here, so let's go ahead and do that. And we have another note right here. Let's go ahead and read it. Spores and sickness. And we have another chest. Let's see what we get from it. Apprentice wand. And then there's another cave opening here. I'm hoping it's just more salt and not a long way to explore because we are running out of time. See, there's a way to go to the right. Right here on the left we have more salt. Right, and this just brings us back out where we were just at. So I guess that's all that's down here in the mines. Go ahead and make our way back, and then once we got the shroud, we'll go ahead and teleport back to base, drop everything off, and I'll show you guys where to find clay. Once you get back up here in the clear, you can teleport as long as you don't get back in the shroud. I haven't searched this place thoroughly yet. Looks like there's more salt right here, so this might be the better place to get salt at. Yeah, much better here. A lot safer. Let's take a quick look around. So we have some barrels and things we can smash here. Another grapple point to get above the shroud completely. Looks like a bunch of items to loot. Okay, now that we came back to base, we emptied our inventory when I repaired our gear, so we can go back to our map. And like I said, I went ahead and set up another base here to teleport to. Again, this is right behind the farmer's vault. Let's go ahead and teleport over there with fast travel. So once on this side of the map, you can find all kinds of things to loot. You can find like these plants here. Make sure you grab some of that. That's flax. There's also some small turnips laying on the ground if you run around and look closely. Next to that, if you're looking for clay, you're going to want to come over here. You see this brownish goo looking stuff on these rocks, and there's a bunch of it over here in this area. That would be clay, so you just hit that with your pickaxe, and it'll give you some lumps of clay and stone. Furthermore, these trees are a really good source to get resin from, so these red trees, again, you can get really good resin from these. I've gotten some good resin from these other trees too, and some of these trees have given me hardwood, so make sure you harvest here. Now, there are some stronger enemies here, so be careful. There are these plants that shoot poison at you, and they drop poison gland sacs. And then this plant right here, this is a strawberry plant, so we can grab that. We have this flower plant. Again, that's flax. There's another purplish looking flowery plant. Try to see if we can find one really quick. It's nighttime, of course, so it makes it a lot harder to search. And of course, we have enemies right near us. Here's one of the plants. They glow red, and then they'll shoot at you from a distance. So I can show you one of these really quick. We'll try to dodge that. Once you get close, he'll hit you though. And as you can see, that's level 11. Then we can loot it, and you'll get a poison sac. and that'll unlock some more recipes for you. Now the shroud, if you keep heading towards the carpenter quest, or carpentry camp right here, there's a shroud between it. That shroud is really, really strong. I'm not sure that we can go in there until after we upgrade one time, so we'll have to find the matron. Alright, so here's one of the turnips right here. It's really hard to see. It's like a little weed. You can harvest that. That'll give you... Alright, that's a forest beet, not a turnip. My bad. And those are growing all over the place here, so you just have to look around for them. They give you, I think, +2 dexterity, and you can just eat them raw. So it's direct use, +1 dexterity for 15 minutes. Right below that point, you can find a respawn point, which I might need in just a second. All these guys are level 11, so they hit me really, really, really hard at my current level. So we need to find some better armor at some point, and there's a plant going to shoot at us now, too. And beyond that, I haven't explored into here any farther. There is a small ruined city right next to where I put my respawn point, so I can show you on the map where that's at again. Let's walk towards it and see if it'll unlock a location marker for you. Because it looks like it should be a named place. Yep, it's Willow Crush. So we just got 150 XP for walking into here. I do see bombs laying around, so I'm assuming there should be some of those salvager guys running around here somewhere. But I don't see any enemies in here or people. Oh, we just walked into a bog. Oh yeah, there's a guy on the tower over there. But like I said, the enemies over here are really strong, so be careful. But we're going to pull out of here for now. We could check and see if there's anything good right here. Looks like just basic wood, water. There are a bunch of metal scraps. Now that it's daytime, let's see if I can show you the other plant that I was talking about that grows over here. So again, these will give you resin, so make sure you knock down these if you need resin. Again, you can find some of these chamomile flowers. I guess that was my first chamomile, so those grow over here too. And then that allows you to put the seedlings in the bed. Oh, and we just unlocked the recipe Chain Heal at the Alchemist with the chamomile, and then chamomile tea at the farmer. And we just might have just killed ourselves jumping down here. There's a really deep cave right here, so be careful. I didn't see that before. Man, that is a deep tunnel. Some blue stuff down there below us. So right here, this is another one of the plants I was talking about, so you can collect that. It's an indigo plant. That'll give you some more of the recipes. Plus, there's more clay down here. It's next to this building, which is right, again, below the hunter's vault. Or not the hunter, the farmer's vault. So the farmer's vault is right here again. I don't think we searched this yet. We can check it out really quick, see if there's any notes inside. But we do have a swarm. I think it's stuck though, so maybe we can just run past it. And looks like it can get through the graphics, but we can't. But I don't see anything of value inside of here unless it's something in the kitchen. Go ahead and circle around, make sure we're not missing anything. And let's head back to base, and those things we were cooking up should be done now. This also puts us in a good position too to work on these other quests like the Alchemist's Mortar and the Queen's Tomb. Looks like those are going to be inside the Shroud. Okay, so we finished some wood acid. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's see, recipe unlocked, Heal Channel at Alchemist. I thought we just unlocked that, but okay. Recipe unlocked, Flare Arrow at the Hunter. So we already have Bow Mill, so we don't need to worry about picking that up. Let's grab these fired bricks and see if they give us anything new. So we had the fired bricks block at the workbench. So like I said, we can get tons and tons of extra crafting materials on top of all that. And I suppose we can go ahead and talk to these guys and see what quest they're going to give us. So he's going to give us a quest at the Vuka. Lately, I can't help but wonder the Vuka were always somber beasts bound to their caves, but they've been traveling east aggravated. Perhaps this warrants an investigation. Maybe at their gathering location, you can find some answers. It would help to know what they're up to. He gave us a new location to go and investigate. Then we have Strange Dreams of the Castle. Have you heard of Pikemead's Wisp? They're dancing lights in the sea. Good omens, but merely a trick of the light. I thought until my daughter saw him, this strange glimmer in the water moving, prowling. Now I see the same glow whilst I slumber from within the castle. It haunts me. 'Tis no trick it lives. Are you prepared to change that kit? So we're getting all kinds of new quests because of this. So we have a test of skill. Your step is silent, your eyes determined, you've been on the hunt. I won't ask what wild beasts you track, but your spoils are presentable at best. Try gathering some animal fur, then we can talk. And let's talk to the alchemist and activate his two quests. Investigate the troubling rumors and flame protection. Something horrible and grotesque is happening in the Springlands, an abomination and abuse of the elixir. Please end this reign of terror before it's too late. And then we have flame protection, just telling us we can rebuild the world, and more markers added to the map. So if we zoom out now, we now have tons and tons of things to go and do and quests to complete. I'm sure it's going to lead us to more recipes over time. And with those recipes, guys, though, you can get the backpack built now. You can get all the new things we just unlocked. You should have all the NPCs at this point as well. So then you can start crafting, building your empire, and we need to go out and start questing and clearing some of these areas that we've seen and come across. I did notice that every time we reload the game, all the flame shrines recharge, so you can go there to get some more flames and sparks. I don't think I've been back to a flame sanctum yet to see if they respawn, so I'll have to check that out and see. The elixir wells do stay cleared, and that's why they have check marks on them, so we need to go back and start clearing some of these out to get some more skill points. And I want to go ahead and start finishing up some of these smaller quests that we have in these lower level areas before we get too high level and it just becomes pointless. So as always guys, if you enjoyed that content, be sure to like and subscribe button. I know this one wasn't very involved as far as fighting combat, but these are a lot of important resources you're going to need to advance. So I hope that helps you out, and I'll catch you on the next one.